everybody, and welcome to another episode of Pink is Perfect! This is Averie and she's 6, and this is Ben and he's 3.
And this is Ben and he's old.
And I'm old, right? And we are here to do another breakdown of WandaVision episode 8, because we just saw it yesterday and it was so great, but there's so much to talk about, right? Now, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen episode 8 yet, stop watching! Everyone, stop watching!
Stop watching!
Okay, don't watch this anymore. So
you don't want to spoil yourself.
You don't want to spoil yourself. And if you like our video, just click the subscribe button and like the video and hit the notification bell, and you'll get all kinds of different news when we have new videos come out. Okay, let's do a quick recap from Dad. Basically, what we saw is Agatha is a super old witch. How old is she?
She's been alive from 300 years.
Like 300 years, and she's a bad witch. And somehow she found out that Wanda was creating this whole hex and all this magic stuff going on in Westview. And she found Wanda and decided that she was going to kind of mess with her a little bit. But she didn't know how Wanda was getting the powers. How was she doing this? So she took Wanda through like almost kind of like the ghost of Christmas past, and taking her through her past to see how she got to that point. And then we realized that how Vision was made and how the babies were made, how the kids were made, and at the end we realized that the name of Wanda, her real name, what's her superhero name?
Scarlet Witch!
Right, okay.
The first time they said it in every single 22 Avengers
movies, right. They haven't said Scarlet Witch yet. They said the witch. But not Scarlet Witch.
I didn't see Scarlet Witch. See her eyes.
Oh, we'll get to that. Right. The Scarlet Witch in the eyes. Okay, so my first question for Averie is, we now know that Agatha's a witch, and we know that Wanda's a witch. Who's the stronger witch?
Well, since Wanda is making this whole like hex thing and all of this stuff, and she made Vision without the body, and she made the kids, she's the stronger witch.
Oh, because Agatha took her so much just to make the little bird, but Wanda can change everything within the whole entire town. Right. Okay.
But Agatha thought that herself was the stronger witch. But we know that she's not the stronger witch. Wanda is.
So what do you think Agatha wants from Wanda?
Her powers. Agatha took her back in time from her timeline because she wanted to know how she did all of this hex stuff.
So you think she's trying to steal her powers somehow? Because she wants to figure it out.
Right.
How did she do it?
Right.
What do you think? Do you think Wanda's the stronger witch, or do you think Agatha is?
Wanda.
Wanda's probably the stronger witch. Okay, right. Great. So what is Hayward up to? Why is he so sneaky?
Now we know that Hayward has Vision's body, not Wanda.
So we thought that Wanda stole his body at some point.
But now, every single episode, Hayward has been having Vision's body this whole entire scene.
You think he's trying to turn Vision into what?
Into, like, a weapon.
Yeah, right. So that means that, is Vision real? Is Vision real, or did Wanda make him up from, like, her
he's an
soul?
illusion.
He's an illusion?
When Wanda made him and the kids, those three, the kids and Vision, those were illusions.
They're illusions, so they're not, we don't know if they're like real people.
Right.
We don't think they're. Now, what happened when we saw Westview for what it really was? What kind of town was it?
It was like a sad town.
So Wanda, in a way,
Wanda made the town like all happy.
She made the people happy, but she's controlling them too.
We also saw some people from the other episodes
walking around, but they were kind of sad and stuff, right?
And also, in another scene in episode 8, she turned everything back into
color.
In no color.
Oh.
And also in the scene in the trailer for WandaVision, the car in the first episode, they were driving in the car, and the car that she reversed from the color to not in color, that was the same exact car that we saw in the first episode when they were driving in for their wedding.
Right. Okay. Now I have a question for. Okay. Now I have a question for Ben. Okay, when Wanda saw the Mind Stone and it kind of exploded and got all her power.
Black and white.
It was black and white. But what did you notice what did Wanda see in the Mind Stone in the explosion? Tell everybody. No, tell me. Tell everybody. Yeah, you remember what was in her eyes?
Scarlet Witch.
You saw the Scarlet Witch in her eyes?
The comic costume.
The comic costume with
if you have the book that tells you all about the superheroes, there's a page with Wanda on it, and there's the costume. She's wearing
and it's like a dress and like the
and also in the 6th episode, she was wearing it.
Right. Okay. So I have one more question. Yeah. We still don't know who Ralph is. We don't really know who Dottie is. We also don't know who Jimmy Woo's secret person is, and where is Monica?
But
where do you think Monica is in this episode?
Well.
What do you think? Do we know who Ralph is? Who do we think Ralph is?
No, but Agatha Harkness keeps mentioning Ralph.
She does, and even the bunny. The bunny was like eating the bird. Bunnies don't eat birds. Bunnies eat plants.
But wasn't it Scratchy or something?
Scratchy. So who's the bunny? Maybe the bunny is
Scratchy.
Senor Scratchy. Maybe the bunny is Pietro.
And also in episode 7, Senor Scratchy was in his little cage, and there was like little white things in his cage that he was eating.
Do you think he was eating the kids?
Well, I think
we saw the kids again.
Bug ate the kids.
Okay, so what do we think that Ralph is? Who do we think Ralph is?
I feel like Ralph is the witness.
Do you think he might be the missing witness? He could be the devil.
But
I still think it could be Loki. It could be Loki. He could be coming and making an appearance.
I think it isn't.
You think it isn't. Now, what do we think about?
I think Dottie's jealous about Ralph that Agatha Harkness keeps mentioning Ralph. I think Dottie's jealous, so she might be the missing witness.
She could be. Now, I have one more question. Do we think Vision is going to survive this whole thing, or is somehow Vision not going to make it out of the hex? Tell everybody. He is dead. But they brought him back to life again. Now he's white. Now Vision's like a white robot.
Maybe they'll fixing him.
Maybe they'll paint it. Right, they could. So, in recap, we have a lot more questions.
But they couldn't.
All right, we have a lot more questions. We don't know who Ralph is. We don't know who the secret person is going to be. We know now that the first time they've ever called her Scarlet Witch in the whole MCU.
But we know that Jimmy Woo has the missing person. We don't know. We know that no one else has the missing person, but Jimmy Woo knows.
He's the only one that knows. Also, what did other little things did we see? We saw a letter on the wall when she was in.
Right. There was a bee.
A bee.
Maybe for like basement or beehive.
Right. And then what did you notice? Or no, you noticed on Vision's shirt. What were the little things you noticed?
It looked like hexagons.
Right, we looked really close and it kind of looked like hexagons. So weird.
But it was actually squares.
It may have been squares, but it looked like hexagons. Anyway, that's our recap for Wanda episode 8. WandaVision episode 8. I'm wearing my Avengers shirt right here to honor our love for the MCU and WandaVision. This is Avery. This is Ben. We'll be back next week to review the finale. Okay?
Better know who the missing witness or person is.
Okay, thanks guys. Bye.
Are you introducing? Nice ending, Ben.
You are the best.